lawsuit
Oh,
after he
responding now?
was served that paperwork. Now, he's trying to get this entire thing dismissed because he was not served properly. The process server called out Kenneth approximately 15 feet away. Defendant, assuming this individual was a fan or supporter, as commonly occurs due to his public figure status, waited for her to approach. Upon approach, the process server stated, "I have documents for you," without identifying herself or stating that papers were legal in nature. Defendant asks what the documents were, but the process server remained silent and merely attempted to hand them over. As a public figure who is frequently approached by fans, promoters, and individuals offering unsolicited materials, defendant exercised reasonable caution and politely said no thanks.
Hey guys, it's your boy Quay, your boys back with another video. If you're new to my channel, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, turn on my post notifications so you guys can be notified when your boy posts another video. So today basically we got DDG deeply missing Kennedy Cymone ReLala SUING after pregnancy was exposed, and Ken filed papers on dearra. Now we did talked about a situation that happened with like dearra and Ken. She wound up hiring like an investigator and stuff, and they had to serve Ken Walker papers, to have him like serve him some papers for him to go to court and stuff. And y'all, they couldn't find Ken at all. They looked like all over, y'all. I guess him and his sisters wound up changing cars and stuff. It was like the biggest thing. But they wound up finding Ken, and he was at the gym. I guess it was getting like a workout and stuff, and they wound up catching him, and they served him the papers, and he did not accept the paperwork. So that's gonna be kind of crazy by him actually like basically he filing papers on dearra, which is kind of crazy. They say that he was just going crazy, but I mean, even if he accepted the papers or even if he didn't, it still could be claimed as if like he was served. So either way, so we're gonna react to this video, guys. Make sure you guys like this video, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 3K subscribers, and let's get into this video, guys.
So I previously spoke on dearra's private investigator running up on Ken and serving him at Crush Fitness. Now, if you guys didn't know, dearra has been trying to serve Ken since December of last year. Well, now Ken is finally officially responding to the lawsuit after he was served that paperwork. Now, he's trying to get this entire thing dismissed because he was not served properly. Now, I put the documents here up on the screen, so feel free to pause and read, but I'm not going to read through these entire documents. I'm just going to read what Ken is basically claiming here. He states, plaintiff filed this action on December 31st, 2024. According to court records, the first attempt at service did not occur until June 2025, over 5 months later. This substantial delay demonstrates a clear lack of due diligence in attempting to serve the defendant. On October 2nd, while in Dallas, Texas, defendant was approached by an individual later identified as a process server. The process server called out Kenneth approximately 15 feet away. Defendant, assuming this individual was a fan or supporter, as commonly occurs due to his public figure status, waited for her to approach. Upon approach, the process server stated, "I have documents for you," without identifying herself or stating that papers were legal in nature. Defendant asks what the documents were, but the process server remained silent and merely attempted to hand them over. As a public figure who is frequently approached by fans, promoters, and individuals offering unsolicited materials, defendant exercised reasonable caution and politely said no thanks then walked away calmly towards a nearby fitness facility. Defendant did not run, hide, or evade. The process server did not identify herself as required by law, did not inform defendant the nature of the documents, and made no lawful drop service attempt. Instead, after defendant entered the gym, she left the papers on defendant's girlfriend's vehicle windshield and departed the scene. Defendant later learned the process server affidavit inaccurately described him as 5'5", 200 pounds, and bald, which is false and easily disproved by defendant's public photos and posts available throughout the year. So now let's jump over to 15 states. Plaintiffs claims defendant fled the state by relocating to Dallas. This is false. Defendant publicly posted about his move, continued his business and social media presence transparently, and therefore cannot be said to have fled. And then 17 basically states that dearra made claims that defendant and his mother have responded online to the lawsuit, and he's stating that it's misleading. He states he made a single public statement made in January 2025 was solely in response to core fans expressing concern over online rumors. So now in a summary, it's stating that dearra's argument number one was Ken was aware of the lawsuit due to social media activity. Ken's response was posts and interactions were business related, not legal acknowledgments. Public transparency contradicts any claim of evasion. In dearra's second argument that defendant responded to lawsuit online, Ken is stating his single post in January was a response to fans' concern, not acknowledgement of any lawsuit. Now, dearra's third argument that defendant's family assisted in avoiding service. Ken's response was no evidence supports this. Defendant's relatives are not legal representatives and made independent public comments unrelated to this case. So now all of Ken's responses here were dealing with him being served, nothing necessarily to do with the lawsuit that was filed. I'm guessing he's trying not to acknowledge that he received any paperwork
just
on
so
that lawsuit. In conclusion, he's stating, for the reasons set forth above, defendant respectfully requests that this court dismiss this action in its entirety for lack of proper service and personal jurisdiction. Plaintiff's failure to exercise due diligence and the improper conduct of her process server render all-purpose service attempts legally void. So put into simpler terms, Ken is trying to get this lawsuit thrown out completely because the plaintiff, who is dearra, didn't properly serve the legal papers, meaning the defendant was never properly notified about the case as required by law. So we'll see what happens from here, but let's move on to this next topic with DDG and Kennedy. So now a lot of you are aware that DDG dropped an album titled Mood. Now on this album, he had a song titled Shannon. If you guys didn't know, that song was dedicated to Kennedy. Now, Kennedy and DDG had a thing back in the day where they were referring to each other as Shannon and Billy.
I told him to clean it up.
I literally paid them
Shannon,
$300.
okay, we're
Billy,
not...
get your stuff together. I'm not going to ask you again.
Shannon, you know what? You know what, Shannon?
I'm getting a divorce.
When, Shannon?
I already have the papers
Boy,
done.
DDG looks so weird with his head out.
I'll have Stephanie next week.
Okay, and I'm going to talk to Robert from your job. How do you like that? Take that. Stephanie doesn't even know your name, Billy. You know that? It's my friend.
That won't explain why she was saying it last night, Shannon.
Get out. Leave.
So now people were leaving comments under Kennedy's post saying he really changed. Give him another chance without the camera. Someone else states, Shannon forever, and Shannon, where have you been? Now in Kennedy's last post on YouTube about 9 months ago, people were claiming that it appeared that Kennedy is pregnant, which I'm not confirming or denying that, but a lot of people in the comments were saying that they saw a baby bump. Now people are asking DDG to reach out to Kennedy, and DDG basically stated in the past that Kennedy has him blocked on everything. But who knows, maybe she might hear the song and decide to reach out.
Doug Sherline has just tipped $10. Can you check up on Kennedy? DDG squad miss her. She been ghost for 2
so
years.
nosy.
But no, I also previously spoke on how people are stating that Lala may be pregnant. Now, she recently posted a video on TikTok, and people are even more convinced that she's pregnant, allegedly. Now, a creator spoke out on this, speaking about the pregnancy, and Lala responded.
Did y'all see Lala's recent Instagram video? She looked pregnant as fuck. And recently, she has been wearing looser clothing, so her stomach don't show as much, but girl, you literally look like you're 2 to 3 months pregnant. And it kind of makes sense as to why, Cinco is starting to bring her around his family a lot. She met his mother, she just met his father. And I don't know, the minute she got with Jaycinco, she's been talking about how she cannot wait to get pregnant. She want to have kids, da-da-da. And I just feel like it's a whole plot to trap, bro. But hey, maybe it's just me. But they've literally been dating for like 4 to 5 months now. And you're telling me y'all are already planning on having a child. Like, to me, the first year of the relationship, you're still getting to know the person. You're getting to know what their qualities are, how they treat you when they're upset. Like the basics. And to put in a whole infant in there is kind of crazy. And to me, every time Cinco gets in a relationship, he gets very, very, very fucking attached to the female. And I feel like he relies on the girl to make him happy. And Lala probably realizes, like, okay, he's kind of like a simp. Anything I say or, like, whatever, probably just go along with that shit. And I'm not saying that's exactly what happened, but I'm not the only one who's speculating that she's pregnant. Multiple people were commenting and were like, oh, her stomach is starting to look a little round, how her stomach is poking out, how she looks about 2 to 3 months. And y'all could judge for your own. But I really do fucking think that she's pregnant. And this is all a motherfucking scheme to make sure that she has that means of money. But recently, his views haven't even been doing that good, so Lala, you might want to rethink that shit. Oh. It's just absurd that a year hasn't even passed. And baby making it so motherfucking quick, like.
So Lala responded with, if you want a cease and desist on a platter for defamation and harassment, keep these videos going, sis.
Honestly, I feel like Lala actually, wants a child and stuff, but I just feel like Lala she give me like gold digger type of vibes, like in a pass around, and I mean, it's clear as day. I mean, she dated Gunna, she messed with Gunna before, she's with jaycinco now, allegedly that she wound up like kissing DDG, she dated, a lot of people in the industry, so it could be to where she feel like jaycinco is kind of like easy what she said, and she feel like he's gonna do anything that she tells him to do. I mean, a lot of people alleging that the reason why jaycinco didn't go to Capaholics stuff with DDG and stuff, and it was like jaycinco is not a part of Capaholics, is because everybody was blaming Lala. They was like, Lala probably was like, she didn't want jaycinco to go over there, and because the content that DDG does when it comes to like females and stuff, a lot of people is speculating, that's the reason why he didn't go to Capaholics is because of Lala. So I don't know about that situation. I can only go off of what people in jaycinco and Lala states. But we don't know about if that was true or if that was not. And when it comes down to this Dearra and Ken situation, I feel like Ken is just mad that he just got caught, and they caught you slipping, man. Like, just go through the courts and get that situation over with. He trying to make it seem like, oh, he didn't know for sure if he was getting served or not, which I feel like a person not just gonna walk up to you and just serve you with papers. They're gonna tell you like, oh, you've been served, and hand you the papers or something like that. You know how the dramatics is. I don't know actually if that's like that in real life, but you know like how movies is when they be like, you're served and stuff. But Ken, that those people kept looking for you. They was going around, looking at you. It was like, oh, the biggest thing, you had to go to court and stuff. Eventually this was going to come up to you getting served. And I feel like they actually just caught you slipping, and you didn't think they was going to catch you going to, the gym and stuff. But they caught you slipping, honestly. Like, he trying to make it seem like he just didn't get served. But Ken, you got served. You got the paperwork. So it's like, it's nothing that you could backtrack from, and you're not talking about the situation that's what you're getting served for. You're just talking about, didn't actually give me their name. I thought, I just assumed that they was like fans and stuff, and they were just walking up to me. One thing about me, if That's why you keep bodyguards. Like, come on now, Ken. Like, you got a name for yourself. It's time for you to, I don't care if you're going to the gym or what, like, it's time for you to have, like, a bodyguard or something, you know, to protect you and stuff. 9 out of 10, you probably wouldn't be able to get served if you had a bodyguard. I mean, because if a person would have walked up to you, that security guard or that bodyguard could have been like, oh, what you want, like, move around and stuff like that. It could have been stuff like that. But at the end of the day, they still could have claimed to where, like, they still serve you, even if you had a bodyguard. I mean, because you know they're serving you paperwork anyway. And she did put it on your vehicle, which she knew that was your actual vehicle. So you could tell that they've been, you know, watching out for you. So that's my comments and my thoughts on this situation, guys. Y'all let me know in the comments how y'all feel about this situation. Do y'all feel like Ken got caught slipping? And y'all let me know how y'all feel about this DDG situation and stuff like that. But that's it for this video, guys. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you guys can be notified when your boy posts on the video. We're on the road to 3K subscribers, so subscribe, y'all. It don't take that long to subscribe. And like this video as well. And as always, I'm going to see you on the next video. As always, be breezy. Don't be easy. Yeah.
What can I say? Can you blame? She wanna be paid. Never stress, but that's what I say. I don't care what nobody say. I am lit. What can I say? Yeah.